The relationship between the essential world and the phenomenal world is similar to that between mind and body. It is a relationship between cause and result, internal and external, subjective and objective. Since man can attain perfect personality only when his mind and body become harmonized in perfect oneness, the ideal world can be realized only when the two worlds, one of essence, the other of phenomena, have been joined in perfect unity. As it is with the relationship between mind and body, so there can also be no phenomenal world apart from the essential world, and no essential world apart from the phenomenal world. Neither can there be a spiritual world apart from a physical world, nor spiritual happiness apart from true physical happiness. Religion has until now de-emphasized the value of everyday reality. It has denied the value of physical happiness in order to stress the attainment of spiritual joy. However strenuously man may try, he cannot cut himself off from reality, nor can he annihilate the desire for physical happiness that follows him always like a shadow. In reality, the desire for physical happiness persistently takes hold of men of religion, leading them into the depths of agony. Such a contradiction exists even in the lives of spiritual leaders. Many spiritual leaders, torn by such contradictions, have met a sad end. Herein is a principal cause for the weakness and inactivity of today's religions. The weakness lies in the contradiction which has not yet been overcome. Another factor is fate of religion to decline. Modern men, whose intelligence has developed to the utmost degree, demand scientific proof for all things. However, religious doctrine, which remains unchanged, does not interpret things scientifically. That is to say, man's interpretation of internal truth, religion, and his interpretation of external truth, science, do not agree. The ultimate purpose of religion can be fulfilled only by first believing in and then by practicing the truth. But true belief cannot come about today without knowledge and understanding. We study the Bible to confirm our belief by knowing the truth. Jesus' performance of miracles and his revelation of signs were to let the people know that he was the Messiah and enable them to believe in him. Knowledge comes from cognition, and man today cannot cognize anything which lacks logic and scientific proof. To understand something, there must first be cognition. Thus, internal truth also requires logical proof. Religion has been moving through the long course of history toward an age in which it must be explained scientifically. Religion and science began with the missions of dispelling respectively the two aspects of human ignorance. In their courses, these two areas of thought and exploration came into apparently uncompromising conflict with each other. In order for men to attain the good purpose of the original mind's desire, there must come a time when there is a new expression of truth, enabling mankind to bring these two matters together under one unified theme. These two matters are religion, which has been coming closer to science, and science, which has been approaching religion. It may be displeasing to religious believers, especially to Christians, to learn that a new expression of truth must appear. They believe that the Bible, which they now have, is perfect and absolute in itself. Truth, of course, is unique, eternal, unchangeable, and absolute. The Bible, however, is not the truth itself, but a textbook teaching the truth. Naturally, the quality of teaching and the method and extent of giving the truth must vary according to each age, for the truth is given to people of different ages who are at different spiritual and intellectual levels. Therefore, we must not regard the textbook as absolute in every detail. Religion came into existence as the means to accomplish the purpose of goodness and following the way of God according to the intention of the original mind. The need for different kinds of understanding compelled the appearance of various religions. Scriptures of different religions varied according to the mission of the religion, the people who received it, and the age in which it came. Scripture can be likened to a lamp which illuminates the truth. Its mission is to shed the light of truth. When a brighter light appears, the mission of the old one fades. Today's religions have failed to lead the present generation out of the dark valley of death into the radiance of life, so there must now come a new truth that can shed a new light. Many passages in the Bible say that new words of truth will be given to mankind in the last days. What will be the mission of the new truth? Its mission will be to present the internal truth that religion has pursued and the external truth searched for by science under one unified theme. It should also seek to overcome both the internal and external ignorance of man and offer him internal and external knowledge. It must eliminate the contradiction within man who is receptive to both good and evil by helping fallen man resist the way of evil and attain the purpose of goodness. For fallen man, knowledge is the light of life and holds the power of revival. Ignorance is the shadow of death and the cause of ruin. No feeling or emotion can be derived from ignorance. No act of will can arise from ignorance. Thus, when knowledge, emotion, and will do not function properly in man, life is no longer worth living. If man is created to be unable to live apart from God, how miserable life must be when he is ignorant of God. Yet, can man know God clearly even though he may diligently consult the Bible? Furthermore, how can man ever know God's heart? The new truth should enable us to know God as a reality. It should also be able to reveal his heart and feeling of joy at the time of creation, and his broken heart and feeling of grief as he struggles to save fallen man who rebels against him. Human history, woven of the lives of men who are inclined toward both goodness and evil, is filled with the story of struggle. These struggles have been external battles over property, land, and men, but today the external fighting is diminishing. People of different nations live together without racism. They strive to realize a world government. War victors seek to liberate their colonies, giving them rights equal to the rights of the great powers. Once hostile and disharmonious international relations are harmonized around similar economic problems as nations move toward the formation of common market systems all over the world. Meanwhile, culture is freely circulating, the isolation of nations is being overcome, and the cultural distance between East and West is being bridged. One final war is thus left before us. That is the war between the ideologies of democracy and communism. These internally conflicting ideologies are now in preparation for another external war, and both sides are equipped with dreadful weapons. The external preparations are in reality geared toward waging a final, decisive, internal, spiritual war, which will triumph. Anyone who believes in the reality of God will answer democracy. Yet democracy today is not equipped with a theory or practice powerful enough to conquer communism. Therefore, in order that God's providence of salvation might be completely fulfilled, the new truth must bring all mankind into a new world of absolute goodness by elevating the spiritualism advocated in the democratic world to a new and higher dimension. Finally, assimilating even materialism. In this manner, the truth should be able to unite into one absolute way all the existing religions, as well as all the isms and ideas which have existed since the beginning of human history.